Welcome back to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. Today we're doing a deep dive on something pretty fascinating, and that's neuro-symbolic AI.
Neuro-symbolic
It's
AI.
kind of a mouthful, but basically imagine an AI that can learn from data, like all the AI we've come to know,
Yeah.
but also grasp those complex concepts, those abstract ideas that, well, humans are pretty good at.
Right, right. Like
Yeah,
reasoning and logic and stuff.
exactly.
Okay.
I'm super excited to dig into this with you. What really strikes me is, how this approach really tackles the limitations of traditional AI head on.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Like, traditional AI can crunch numbers, find patterns, but it kind of struggles with explaining
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, yeah. And handling new situations. That's a big one.
Exactly.
Like take medical diagnosis, right? Current AI might look at your test results and
Right?
say, okay, this is the diagnosis, but a neurosymbolic AI could, I don't know, cross-reference that data with actual medical knowledge.
Like a textbook or something.
Yeah, like guidelines or something, potentially leading to more accurate, more reliable diagnoses.
And even more importantly,
Yeah.
explainable diagnoses.
Yeah.
This is a game changer, especially in a field like healthcare,
Oh, absolutely.
where trust and transparency are so crucial. It's not just about the what, but the why behind the AI's decisions.
Right.
But what's driving this shift now? Why neurosymbolic AI all of a sudden?
Well, for one, people are starting to realize that pure data-driven AI, it's just not enough. Like it hits a wall.
It needs reasoning power.
It needs reasoning power, yeah. Take deep learning models, for example. They're great at finding
Oh,
patterns.
yeah. They're amazing at it.
Amazing at it. But when you throw them a curveball, like a situation that needs reasoning or common sense,
They fall apart, huh?
they kind of fall apart, yeah. Misinterpret data, make decisions that, I mean, statistically they make sense, but logically they're just,
It's like a brilliant student who aces all the tests but can't explain how they got the answer.
yeah, exactly. It's all just memorized, no real understanding.
No deeper understanding. And that's where the symbolic reasoning part comes in, right?
Yeah, that's it. Symbolic AI is all about representing knowledge in a very structured, logical way. Almost like, taking human expertise
Ah.
and putting it into a format that AI can actually use. For example, let's go back to the patient data thing. Instead of just throwing raw data at the AI, a neurosymbolic system could use what they call medical ontologies.
Ontology is okay.
Basically, it's like a hierarchy of medical concepts and their relationships.
Oh,
So
okay.
the AI can reason about diagnoses in a more, I guess you could say, human-like way.
So it's almost like we're teaching AI to think more like us, using both intuition and logic. And on that note, how do we combine these two? Because it sounds incredibly complex, like neural networks and symbolic systems all in one. How are researchers even tackling this?
It's a huge challenge, no doubt about it, but we've got some exciting new tools, like algorithms and frameworks that are making it more doable. One really cool development is something called differentiable symbolic reasoning.
Okay, break that down for me.
So it's like, training neural networks, but instead of just data, we're teaching them to manipulate symbolic representations. So we're bridging the gap between the statistical power of neural networks and the logical power of symbolic AI.
Wow, that's amazing. So for our listeners out there on the AI Coach by Anil Nathu, what's the key takeaway here? How can they, I don't know, prepare for this shift?
Well, the main thing is to understand that neurosymbolic AI isn't just some, theory in a lab. It's becoming real practical.
Happening now.
Yeah, yeah. Companies like IBM, they're already developing platforms using neurosymbolic AI for things like financial risk assessment.
Wow.
And as the technology gets better, we're going to see it everywhere. Healthcare, finance, retail, you name it.
And for those who are thinking, hey, this is amazing, I want in, what's your advice? Should they start building their own systems from scratch?
Well, building from scratch is definitely an option, but, and this is a big but, you need people who are experts in both machine learning and the symbolic AI. And that's not easy to find.
That's a tall order.
It is. For most organizations, partnering with vendors who are already developing these platforms and tools,
Right.
probably a smarter move. That way they can get the benefits of the cutting edge stuff without having to reinvent the wheel.
Makes sense. Speaking of applications, the potential impact on industries is just mind-blowing. Like retail, for example.
Mm.
Imagine a system that goes beyond just, oh, you bought this, so you might like this,
Yeah.
but actually understands your personal style preferences
Yeah.
and can reason about what you might want based on, I don't know, current fashion trends.
Exactly. Or think about customer service chatbots, right? Instead of just giving pre-programmed answers, they could actually use symbolic knowledge bases to
Right.
answer complex questions, provide personalized solutions.
So, I mean, it's not just about making the AI we have better, it's about opening up entirely new doors. This brings us back to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. As neuro-symbolic AI keeps evolving, what final thoughts do you want to leave our listeners with?
I think neurosymbolic AI really represents a fundamental shift in how we think about, artificial intelligence as a whole. We're moving away from just data-driven models to systems that can learn A and D reason, explain their thinking, and
Yeah.
generalize their knowledge, much more like how humans do it. This has the potential to, I don't know, reshape industries, create new opportunities, and ultimately lead to a future where AI isn't just a tool, it's a partner.
It's a collaborator, yeah.
Yeah, a true collaborator.
What a fascinating deep dive into the world of neuro-symbolic AI. Thank you so much for joining us today on the AI Coach by Anil Nathu.
Happy to be here.
And for all our listeners, don't forget to visit the AI Coach website for more insights from Anil Nathu himself.
Yeah, check it out.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next deep dive.